Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I most certainly did. And I even managed to buy myself non-crafting items, which was 4 mulberry fruit trees. So I'm going to be planting those out this week, and I already know apparently that they make a terrible mess when the fruit drops onto concrete and stuff like that. So I'm going to plant them in the middle of my lawn. They are apparently very rapidly growing, so I'm quite looking forward to that. I've been watching a few techniques, and I also did a little bit of crafting. So I'm going to share my projects and some paper cuts from my haul on Friday. And tomorrow I'm going to come up with some projects from that haul again, and we'll do something where we're making it. Right, first up, if you saw last week, I got some shaker domes, which I absolutely love. The quality, absolutely awesome. You'll have to go back and watch my Friday video to see all of that. But here's one that I made. I just did it as a single Christmas bauble, and I got a bit carried away with all my sparkly stuff, and it is a little bit dark here, so any images you'll have to excuse. But I used some of my diamond dust on the branches there of that embossing folder, and this is the new 3D folder from Sizzix. And then using up my stickles again, as I said, I went around the shaker globe, and then I just dotted it on the branches. And I used my chalks to colour in the embossed area because it's just so easy to do. I used one of my little bows there from AliExpress, and I put snowflakes in my dome. I just absolutely love that. I'm trying to fit it all in. Kind of fits in if I put it that way around, so maybe I'll slide it over there. So that was the first thing that I did. And then the next thing that I did, and I do know that I got totally carried away with this, and I decided to colour this in. So I stamped it, die cut it, and used my Touch 5 markers. And this stamp set is from AliExpress, but I don't think you can get it anymore. If I can find it, then I will link it below. But I used some of my silver, yeah, sparkle pen, which is this one. I highly recommend these. They are super sparkly, and they last ages. So I've got the silver and gold in those, and I just added like little touches of silver in the candy cane bits, and then I used glitter. I used some of my Christmassy twine, which is this stuff from AliExpress. And if I can find that one, I will link it below as well. It's just nice for trimming off cards and to get your stuff to hold down quicker. I mean, you can use glossy accents to glue this. I like to use UV resin, and you just get a toothpick and dip it in your bottle and put a drop down, and then use a UV light, which is this. There you go. And it sets it rock hard instantly. So you just put a drop down, hold whatever it is you're doing with one hand like that, shine your light on it, and it's set. So, you know, you don't have to worry about anything coming off. So that's how I hold, you know, kind of like larger, firmer objects down. I like to use UV resin and a UV light. And these are only a couple of dollars. Well, they were when I bought mine a couple of years ago. But I had great fun doing that. I mean, there's plenty of room there for a sentiment. And as you know, I donate all my cards, so people can basically put whatever they want onto that. But it's such a great stamp. It's huge. I mean, you can see it from the size of my hand, you know. Very easy to colour in. And as I said, if I can find it, then I will absolutely link it below. So that's the second project that I had fun doing. And then next up, paper cuts. So I did paper cut my light bulb because I just love this. You can do anything with that. You can have it lying on its side, and you can stamp an image or use an image. You can have it, you know, regular light bulb hanging up, or you can have it that way around. You don't have to use the heart-shaped filament, because if I shake that around, you can see that that is separate. But I just thought for a Valentine's Day card, it would be awesome with a really simple sentiment like "You light up my life" or something like that, or even to someone who's special, because special people light up your life. Well, they light mine up. And I've cut that one. I also cut my little cameras because they're just gorgeous. They're a perfect size. I'll try and measure a couple of things in a minute. And you can pop these on top of paper clips, page tabs, whatever you want to put them on, which is why I like to collect little icons. The next thing I did, because I didn't have a clue what they said, is I cut the word strips. And you can see where all the cut lines are. So they will cut and then pull apart to create separate word strips. So I've done that so that we can see exactly what they are. And of course, if you saw my last haul where I got the stamps, the layering stamps, this time I've got the layering tickets. This is a gorgeous set because you've got the opportunity to do two different types of tickets, because that is the solid base and these two are different frames that will glue on top, or you can just leave, you know, your ticket plain like that so that you can tear it apart. So right, first up, and my light bulb. Now I'm picking it up very, very gingerly. Whoops. I'm trying to get certain pieces in my hand. Right, so there is the light bulb. So you can imagine you can cut out your photo of absolutely anything as your base. And then that is your top section, your frame, which is really pretty. Done in craft cardstock, because you know me. I'm going to lay this down so I don't make a total mess of it. And then you get your filament, which I've actually used a scrap piece of pink glitter to do that. So that would go like that. But then, of course, you've got the outy bits of those. So you end up with two really, really sweet little hearts that you can, you know, pop wherever you want to, get some clarity back in the camera. So I cut that one out, and if I do a measure on that while it's lying down, that might be the best thing. I'm going to say that that's 2 3/4 inches. So, you know, it's a great size. But as I said, you know, you can do it like that and have your little sentiment, or you can just remove the filament bit and just have your photo there and a little sentiment strip. But I just think that's so cute. Really love it. Right, next up, those little cameras, because they're just gorgeous. I do love little things. I'm always saying that. I love the little things. And these are the cameras. Now, I haven't poked them out yet, but you've got the opportunity to cut out different bits and make them different colours, you know. Use them as a page tab. Imagine that's a page and you've got that as a tab at the top. So all of these little elements will poke out and you can pop them back in different colours if you choose to. But I've just done them like that. So I'm going to measure the Polaroid, and that's the biggest one. And let's see how big that is. So if I hold that there, we are 1 3/8. That's the height of that. And I don't think, oh, I do. Hang on a second. I've just discovered a paper clip. Sadly, this is one of my large ones. But if you imagine on a smaller paper clip, you know, putting your camera, and you do it front and back so that you're nice on both sides. But isn't that great? Just absolutely love it. Love, love, love. And I have found some mini snowflakes that you can do the same thing with, and if I'm remembering after this video, I'll link the snowflakes below. Right, next up are the word strips, and I did leave 1 or 2 connected so that you can see exactly what you do. You just pop them apart. Now I hope that you can see that. Let's see how close we can go. That says enjoy the moment. That one says you are the best. So that you can appreciate these are quite small. And then there's a congratulations. Great little things to stick onto tags. You've got happy days. Try not to move my hands because I've got quite a good picture there. There's beautiful and wonderful you. This one is the biggest one. Always look on the bright side of life, which of course can go really, really well with your light bulb, because that's a nice play on words. So I've just done those, and there's a few more that comes on that strip. So good vibes only. Just trying to grab them. Show me your lovely smile, which is a great one to pop under a photograph. I love that. 365 days of sunshine. And yes or yes, which is really cute. And then we've got up and up, which would be a great one to use on a hot air balloon die or stamp. So that's what came on that word strip. And there's different word strips that you can get. There's even a Christmas one that I have on order. And then last but not least, the tickets. So the tickets come with 3 sections. So this is the first section, which cuts the bases. I've done one in craft and one in white. So that's what your bases look like. So if I pop that one down for a second, because I've cut them in opposites, and then you get a top frame. So like I said, if you saw the stamp one, you'll see it's, you know, it's exactly the same thing. You do your frame on top, and the bits that dropped out of this one are what you would you know, you would use your colour, your pretty paper, or your stamped images, or just, you know, stamp in black and white and pop them in there. But they're just gorgeous. But you can use that on its own and just tear it apart, you know. If you've got number stamps or specimen stamps or anything you want to stamp on there, and tear each individual one off for a project, or you can create a whole thing that would fit down a planner page. And while I'm thinking about planner pages, let's measure this. Right, we are at 7 3/4 inches. So you can see that is going to go really nicely down a planner page. So that's the first way to do it. And then the second frame that comes with it, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So you've got the opportunity there to use all your little tiny number stamps, or your pieces of ephemera, or if you've got scrap pieces of paper that have got tiny little words and stuff on, you can just totally put them in there. And I've got a scrap of printed Halloween here on my desk, just to let me get it the right way around. So you could just lay that like over ghost. Do you know what I mean? You could cut that bit out, and then you could have your stamp, and then you could put something else under there. So just anything that's got small letters or numbers, you can just drop straight inside of there. So that is what I have got for you today. And tomorrow I'm going to be up with more projects. I'm blurred. Let's find, there we go, from my personal haul. You have an absolutely awesome day. And as usual, all links below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.